What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. So we are going to start hardscaping the greenhouse, getting ready for plants. We're probably going to add some plants, but one thing we need is rocks. Finding big rocks is hard or expensive, but one of my job sites at work has a bunch of cool big rocks that I think would be an awesome fit for the greenhouse. We just got to figure out how to get them in the greenhouse, but I talked to my boss at work and he let me borrow one of the work trucks and told me I can go grab some, so we are going to go do that real quick. Let's go get some rocks. We got equipment to load them up, but I have zero idea how we're going to unload them. So, yeah, we're just going to figure that out as we go, I guess. Let's go get them. All right, so we got our piles of rocks. You can see there's all these huge ones. We probably won't take too many or any of these massive ones, but there's a lot of smaller ones like these and this size roughly that I think would be awesome in the greenhouse. But I like these rocks with this rough texture. Moss will grow on them really good. I think they will look good in the greenhouse. So now we just got to find some equipment or something to help us load them up. So it's awesome that my boss let me take the truck and the equipment to get these rocks because that helps out a lot. But yeah, we got to go find some equipment. All right, this will do. So now we just got to load up all the rocks, get them in the truck, and then get them home. So we got our rocks loaded up. I think we have enough, hopefully, because this is already going to be a pain to load and move into the greenhouse, but I think they will look awesome. So we got a few big ones like these, probably a handful of ones like that, and then a bunch of medium and small ones. So I think we'll be able to make something awesome work. I really want to get one huge one, but it would just be too hard to move in and out, and it would take up too much space in the greenhouse. So I think we're going to try to make this work. So let's get it back to the house, get it unloaded, and go from there. Yeah! All right, the rocks are unloaded. We got the driftwood loaded up now. We're gonna head back over to the greenhouse with all of this, and we're bringing a couple plants with us too. I'll show those in a minute. I think we're gonna go over there real quick and unload all the driftwood, and then I think we're gonna try to use like a dolly or a hand truck to move the rocks into the greenhouse and kind of just get an idea of where we want stuff to go and start messing with that. I'm sure it'll probably be a slow process, hardscape and everything. I want to like be creative and make it look really good. So let's get over to the greenhouse, unload all this stuff, and then I'll show you guys the plants that we're bringing over. Okay, so, wow, must have just missed it. It is like foggy in here. But you guys might notice one thing. I made some changes to the pond, but let me tell you about these plants real quick. So we got these two. This is a philodendron squamiferum. It's got these awesome shaped leaves, and then these real fuzzy, spiky looking red stems. So this one will be awesome. For now, whatever plants we have are just gonna stay in pots. And then once we get it all hardscaped, finished, this is dripping on me everywhere. Once we get the hardscape all finished, we can start planting them directly in the ground. But that one, and we got this one. This one's awesome, but I don't think it was adapted to like house humidity and stuff when we first bought it, and we just threw it in our house. So it has not been doing very good, but this is an Anthurium lapoanum, I think. I might butcher names, guys, so, but it's got these awesome, really textured leaves. So this one hopefully will do better in here with the high humidity. So we'll see how these ones do over the next couple days, if they're not burning or anything. I just kind of want to test it out with them, and then we have a bunch more that we're going to bring over. So those ones for now. But anyways, the pond, you can probably see we took the shade cloth off. So it looks 1,000 times better. You can actually see into it. Now I don't have to have this open for it to look cool. But I also took the aerator over there that was like boiling the top of the water, and I put a valve on it and then turned it down a lot. So you can probably see the top of the water's a lot more calm. And the reason I did that was because I want to put some really cool Victoria lilies over here. Wow, look at them going crazy. And then some other lilies. But and they don't like a lot of water movement. But one thing I noticed since I turned it down, it looks way better. You can see into the pond better. And then the arowana are acting more like they do in the wild. They're kind of just cruising around the top. And I even saw one eat an earwig the other day. So I think turning down the bubbles was definitely a good idea. The pond is looking much better. Look at that. These guys are getting massive. They could probably jump out and attack me. Yeah, so I'm going to get some really cool lily pads in there. But the rocks. So I don't know for sure what I'm going to do, but some of the bigger rocks I want to spread throughout here. And I'll just break it up and make it look a little bit more natural, but it'll also serve as like stepping stones. So I don't have to stomp on the dirt and all the plants to walk around. I can just kind of tiptoe from rock to rock. And then I'm going to build the rock wall in front of the pond to cover up all the cinder blocks. So I think a couple of the really big ones I want to put over here in the corner and have this be kind of a rock wall with some dirt in between. And then over here on this side, I think this is going to be a full rock wall, and I'm going to scribe the deck around it. But I don't really know. I want to get all the driftwood and rocks and stuff in here and kind of just start messing with it. Like I said, it's going to be a slow process where we're trying to be creative as possible. So let's hurry, go get all the driftwood unloaded, and then go buy a hand truck so we can start moving the rocks in here. All right, so this is some of the driftwood that we're going to use. We want to get more still. Let me set these down. I'll explain it to you. So these are cork tubes. You can see they're hollow inside, and they're super lightweight. Like this whole thing's probably 7 pounds, maybe 8 pounds, something like that. And then we have some big manzanita branches. This big old hollow tree that's been sitting out here forever. And then we have a few little willow branches and sticks. Tiffany had a good idea. She was thinking for the rock wall in the pond, we could try to use some like curvy little willow branches and stuff to make it look like roots wrapping around all the rocks. So we need to find some more of those. And then I have another big shipment coming of more cork. So these are the big cork pieces I got from a local guy. You can see a lot of them are awesome. But I ordered another 150 pounds of cork tubes and flats. And I think we're going to use most of them to try to create like a false tree in there with big branches that hang overhead, so I can have the plants hanging down off of it. It'll give the birds and all the animals a place to hide, plus they're lightweight, so I can make big false branches that aren't going to fall and kill somebody or something. So I won't do too much with the cork today probably, but I kind of want everything here so I can just be looking at it and decide what to do. But everything's unloaded now. We got to go buy a dolly or hand cart, so we got to run to Home Depot real quick, and then we will start messing with things and see what we can do. All right, so we're trying to find which rocks we want to use for that left corner, probably our biggest ones, but we're trying to make a stack that will kind of work to make this piece of driftwood look like some sort of cool roots kind of growing around it. Just trying to get a rough idea what rocks we want to start with, but I think we just need to get these big ones in there and then play with them a little bit and go from there. So we are going to start doing that. So we got all the mulch raked out of the way, shoveled most of the dirt out of the way. And we got the first two big ones in. You can see it's kind of coming together. And I just barely shoveled some dirt back here in the corner. We're gonna try to get these ones in. So I'm gonna show you guys my patented technique of getting the rocks in place. So these are all the ones that are too big. I can roll them and maneuver them, but they're too big for me to just pick up, you know? So they kind of just get rolled over there, and then it is what it is. We can maneuver them a little bit. So I just been coming right here. It's a real genius method. There's no possible way to get hurt or anything to go wrong. And then you just go real fast. Get my microphone out 1 second. Is this working? So it ripped my microphone out, but other than that, it went great. So now I've got to get this piece kind of rolled up into that corner. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to roll it up this way and get it sitting up here, but easier said than done, you know? That looks not good at all. Okay, so that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to mess with it a little bit. Try to get something figured out. Is that it's ugly? It's not horrible, but I don't think that's quite it. I don't know. Give us a second to mess with it. Once we get some of these big ones in and out of the way, we'll get some more shots as we're working with the wood, and we can kind of, the little ones I can pick up by hand, I can spin around and move all over, so we can take our time messing with them. But these big ones, kind of just got to get them in here looking decent, and then it is what it is, you know? I'm dying. It's like a hardscaping of a vivarium, but absolutely miserable, you know? It's awesome. Okay, so this is how far we got yesterday. Last night we went home and a windstorm blessed us with some more tangly tree branches. But set these over here. Bam. Yeah, this is how far we got. So we're thinking something kind of like this with the driftwood. But yeah, it's kind of hard. It's a work in progress. We decided today we want to find some more driftwood pieces to look like roots coming all the way over here. So before we go spend money and look at some pet stores, we decided to go hit up a local river walkway and go do some hiking around, see if we can find any cool driftwood. So, and it'd be nice to get out, have a little break from working constantly. So let's go to the river and see what we can find. Okay, so we found a few pieces of driftwood, not too much though. Found this big cool piece, and then just some tangly little branches like these. But honestly, most of the time we just got distracted and spent our time looking for rattlesnakes, but it's probably the worst time of day and not a very good time of year to find them. But if you guys want to see a video of me going and looking for rattlesnakes, comment down below and I will post a video of that. She's always attacking me. But yeah, we are starving. So let's pack up our wood and go get some food. All right, we are working on the rock wall, but check this out. I don't know how well you can see, but we just found this little baby garter snake in the backyard. Funny, we were out looking for snakes earlier. didn't find any. And now we find one in the backyard. But super cool. We're gonna let this beautiful little guy go. Sorry, I'm trying to, He almost escaped. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. Tiny, cute little guy, but we're gonna let him go real quick and then get back to it. I'll show you guys what we got going on with the wall real quick. So, brought all the driftwood pieces in. Get a little bit better shot of them. These cork tubes are awesome. I'm super excited to use those once we get the rest of the cork. But I kind of got pieces laid out so I can just stare at them, figure out how I'm gonna do it and get ideas. But this is what we got so far for the rock pile. Doesn't look that great yet, but I'm just trying to make it look natural as possible and move all these rocks around, which is pretty difficult by myself. Even with another person, there's not really much room to work. But my plan is get all the big rocks in place, and then I can mess with the little ones, and then all these branches over here, and make it look like tree roots or something. So for now, I'm just gonna keep messing with it, messing with it, messing with it. I overthink everything, so probably 10,000 times until I get it how I like it. Then we can start working on the fine details and figure out where to put the rest of the rocks. So let's get back to it. Okay, it is almost done, for this side at least. I got most of the big rocks placed. I think it's looking pretty good, but I'm gonna let it sit for a few days, come back, stare at it a few times, make sure that's how I like it before I commit to this. Let's get a little closer look. I got it stacked where everything is super stable how it sits right now, but I'm still gonna put some foam in between some rocks and fill it with dirt behind it. But I think it looks good so far. I like it. But I'm gonna go home, go to sleep, eat some food. Probably eat some food first, go to sleep after. I'm exhausted, my back is dying. I smashed my fingers like 10 times, so take a break for a few days and then we will be back to do some more. All right, we are back at it. I just got off work. I've been coming over every day after work and staring at it for a few days now. And the conclusion is I'm pretty happy with it. So it's kind of hard to see in videos, but it has like a lot of depth. And I think that helps make it look natural and keeps it from just looking like a boring rock wall. But like this rock here sticks out quite a bit. This one sticks out quite a bit. And the other thing I did that made a big difference is I hosed it all down. So it was covered in dust and dirt. But and the rocks just look way better when they're wet. So I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. There's still some work to do. And like I said, whoa, hold up. Look at these guys. Arowana are getting gorgeous. They're getting huge too. But like I said, we're still going to work on it a little bit, fill in some little spots and put some of these sticks over there, make it look better. But one thing I want to do right now is I don't like how this is like a straight wall right here. I think this spot right here looks ugly. The rest of it I like, but this looks ugly. And then I still got to figure out how to cover up all of this and this wall. Still not sure what I'm going to do with that wall. But I know for sure I do want to extend the rock wall down here a little bit. I may just like start here and taper it to match that, so it kind of blends that wall and looks a little bit better. Or I may run rocks all the way around here. Or if it's going good, I may even do some rocks here and some cork bark or something. I'm not 100% sure, but that is what I'm going to get started on now. So I'm already dirty and tired from work, but I want to get this done really bad, guys. I'm like dying to get animals in here. I'm so excited. So I will set you up on a tripod and we're going to take some of the planks off this deck and then mess with rocks some more. Fun. start messing with some of the sticks now. See how we can make it look. Okay, the wall is completely done, the rock wall at least. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I ended up piling some dirt. I spent forever just shoving dirt in between the rocks so I could get a whole pile of it in the back behind all the rocks, and then filled a bunch of the cracks with dirt and then around the little sticks. So let me just show you. You can see, I think it turned out pretty good looking. So you can see we kind of got dirt piled up to like here, in between and behind the rocks. And then the little sticks run all over. Looks like a bunch of little roots coming out. Sure, it doesn't look as good on video, but in person it looks awesome. I'm super happy with it. So now we have just got to finish the rest of the wall. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for this little lip here. But for right here and right here, I'm going to make a cool custom background. I have a pretty cool technique I'm going to use, and then it's going to basically end up being like a living plant wall. So we got to get started on that now. But that's going to have to wait for another video. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment what you think down below, especially if it's any ideas or suggestions, because there's a lot of greenhouse to hardscape here. So we got our work cut out for us. I'm going to be busy doing this for a little while. But we got animals coming soon. We got plants coming soon, like really soon. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's about to get really cool, really fast.